just shot a fire-ass video with my dude Andy, man, trying to break into the professional snowboarding scene. Just quite didn't have it, man. Now he's making a transition to damn surfing. But listen, man, in the middle of this video, he's gonna drop his numbers, man. And I'm just telling you, for him to pull out of the SEAL race with the numbers that he had, man, he must have his head in the right place. Hopefully you guys are gonna see the value in this video that I see, man. This shit is fire, bruh, fire. As always, man, if you like the video, smash the subscribe button. If you love this bad boy, share it with your friends, because we rolling. So you want to be a Navy SEAL?
I did for like years, yes.
Okay, and so what happened? Like, why are you now changing course and going snowboarding / surfing? Like, what happened?
Okay, so basically, this was literally I want everyone who's gonna watch this to understand that this was literally, it's what, 8:30 EST on whatever day it is. This was 48 hours ago, where I literally switched from literally committing my life to like wanting to be a SEAL. Like I felt like I did the soul searching, and then literally like that, I have a bunch of friends who are, you know, in the professional scene on the world-class stage of snowboarding and surfing. I got in touch with one of my surf buddies who's from Peru, and he was just like, yo man, like I heard you're moving to Cali, like I'm gonna send you a bunch of athlete gear. If you want, when you get out there and like you start shredding and whatever, like you can contact my rep. I know you're gonna get a lot of swimmers and like your, you know, typical sport athletes. In the world of like extreme sports, to get to the top, if you're good enough, you can do it. The opportunity is so there. It's all about connection.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because, you know, surfers and wrestlers are the two, surfers, wrestlers, and water polo players are the 3 kind of, you know, backgrounds that lend themselves to doing well in SEAL training, right? And it's funny because every couple of years they have a study. Well, every 10, 20 years they have a study. And I heard they just had another one, and they're like, yo, the only group really that stands out is the wrestlers. And then the next subgroup is the water polo players and the surfers. And it's just because you guys are used to being in cold water for long periods of time, right? Like,
oh, fuck, man. I got to cut you off. It's funny you say that, because like, it's what water temp right now is like low 40s, right? I'll hop in the water with a 5 mil, get hot as fuck, literally run in, take my gloves off, take my hood off, unzip my chest, and go back into literally freezing water and surf for like 3 hours and be like fine.
Where you surfing is 42?
New Jersey.
Oh, you talking about this winter surf shit? Okay, that's I don't consider Jersey no surfing. But I ain't no surfer. I just know the waves on the West Coast are far bigger than they are on the East Coast.
100, no doubt. It's like you only can like, I'll surf maybe like twice a week at most.
So talk to me. What happened with the, like, what was the epiphany that kind of drove the let's change directions?
It's your life, man. Like you get one life, and you know I've been blessed to grow up around people who, you know, they don't follow the typical, like, I gotta go to college, do this. I mean, my one mentor from when I was literally a little kid, he's like a notable name in the snowboard community, and he's living the dream. He just travels in a van, and like, people need to understand, like, happiness comes from like yourself. Like no one else can make you happy. And you might get certain, you know, moments in your life where people can influence you, and I've been a victim of that, to say the least, of like allowing people to, you know, direct the trajectory of my life, I guess you'd say. Once, it's crazy, man, because once you like snap out of it, and it really is like a single moment that will happen, and like you will feel it all at once, and you're gonna be like on the craziest high of your life, because you're not trying to satisfy anyone else. And I think that's, you know, the key to life is just finding happiness. And for me, I've been raised, I mean, dude, my mom, she worked 30 years, Morgan Stanley, started from part-time, grinded to literally the top. And she doesn't put up with bullshit. She expects me to be successful. Like my dad, I got like 3 generations Navy. I mean, like my uncle, fucking 20-year narcotic detective Manhattan. Like back then, narcotics detective, not like body camera days.
Yep.
So like my family expects me to be great, and like I have to perform. And so, you know, I've been blessed to just have this type of mentality around my life. And I'm also just happy because like I know there's going to be kids watching this who are probably like really in the mix in life and like in the hole. Like I've been there multiple times. I mean, I get it. And it's just, you got to just like get real with yourself and like lose your ego.
You were chasing something that you thought everybody else wanted you to be, right?
And yeah.
And that like, that Navy SEAL title, right? Like how much were you running and swimming a week in pursuit of Navy SEALs?
Dude, I want people to listen to this part. So I don't claim to be in the military. I just know a lot of people. I've like worked with a lot of people who are in the SEAL teams. My one friend's graduating like very soon. So I've been pushed. I've gotten the shit slapped out of me. I've had people in it tell me like, I don't think this is right for you. I've gotten like my ego checked, and like I'm grateful for that. But my run time, swim times, I was running probably like a 7:50. I was swimming 7:30, like cool pace. I would literally do a PST, chill for like an hour, and then go bang another perfect one. I was physically ready, and I could do like 35, 40 perfect pull-ups, like no joke. I weigh 190 pounds. I could do 120 push-ups clean, no sweat, like 130 sit-ups. Like I had the numbers, I think, whatever. But, you know, that was the thing. It was like, all these guys were like, this doesn't matter. Like, I don't care about like how good your numbers are, because like you're going to get there and you're going to do pull-ups twice during first phase, like you said, or whatever. I don't know, man. It's such a, like, people are trying to make other people happy. Like, I don't care if like I don't be a SEAL. Like, it's a job.
So
like,
let me ask you this. Like, so 48 hours ago, what was the straw that broke the camel's back to push you off of being a Navy SEAL and saying, fuck it, I'm pushing all my dice in this pro surfer world?
It was just like me getting back to like my roots. Like that's how I grew up. Like I'll never forget this. 7th grade, I was standing in my kitchen and I had to make a decision as a whatever, how old I was, to decide if I was going to go and sacrifice my whole social life of high school and go to a snowboard academy, literally go to school for like an hour, like 4 times a week, and just snowboard all day, versus grow up traditionally. And I had to make that decision as a little kid. My parents didn't make it for me. They said, you decide, like, here's your first life game, whatever. And I made that decision, and I had to eat shit for like probably 4 years. I mean, dude, when you like get into competition, like the beauty of snowboarding for me at least is like it's you versus you. Like you're the one who has to train, and then you're the one who has to stand at the top in the freezing cold dealing with your demons. I've thrown up before events. Like I've literally freaked the fuck out, like cried, bugged out. I mean, I've done it. I felt every emotion, I feel like. And it literally just taught me to just, you know, I had to push myself. And if I didn't, I wasn't going to snowboard. So it was like that kind of thing where, you know, you're handed a plate of food and it's like, you eat this or you die.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that you said that because, the dude died in SEAL training a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And literally right before he died, I have been telling, we had a guy come on here that was a captain of the Tennessee swim team, right? Mm-hmm. And he said it, man. He said, look, I wasn't willing to die.
That's so funny. I wasn't even thinking about that video. I knew, like, I watched that probably like 10 times, man. And yeah, that's hilarious you say that.
But see, here's where I'm gonna translate it, right? Pretty much in life, if you're gonna be that motherfucker, then you gotta have that mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And I look at like Elon Musk, right? Like Elon Musk said, man, I worked in a hole for 10 years, 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. And you guys want the success, but you don't want to do the work.
Nah, man, it's for real. It's
right?
real. It's real. It is real. It's very real.
And like for you, like you know, shit, man. Pro surfers die all the fucking time, bro. Like
They do.
like
Yeah.
I look at them big waves, like over there in Portugal, right? Like, and I'm like, yo, just let me just ride a 30-footer, right?
Dude, yeah, you can't surf these breaks if you can't hold your breath under stress for like 3.5 minutes. Like,
Absolutely, right? Like
as a community, they won't let you.
yep. Like I want people to understand, like, you know, there's been times in my life where I done went in a fucking hole, bro. Like when my grandfather died and I had 3 weeks to win a state championship in wrestling, bro, I got rid of my girlfriend the next day. My grandfather died on Sunday, Monday afternoon. I told my girlfriend, I can't talk to you no more.
That's what it takes. Like
absolutely, right? But
Jake,
a lot of people don't understand that, right? Like,
dude,
like,
oh my God,
like you had the physical tools to go out there and be successful, right?
Yeah.
And people, so you on the other end of the spectrum. Most of the time, in my opinion, guys go out there and they don't have the physical tools, right? Most of the time they go out there and they're not prepared physically, okay? But you're no different than the guy that goes out there, wasn't prepared physically because you weren't prepared mentally, right? It wasn't something that you really, really wanted, right? Like you didn't.
I own that. Like that's the difference between like people who go, like I literally just made 2 kids I know who are 16 years old say they're not going to go just by telling them like my mentality. And I feel like that says a lot.
Absolutely, because see, here's the deal, right? Like in 2022, we got all these motherfuckers living in this 8th dimension. It ain't even the 4th dimension. It's like the 8th dimension.
It's like the 20th dimension.
It's not even in this astral plane, right? And they've been watching all these movies. They've been playing Call of Duty. They think it's just like shit. Like I show up and then I get shot and I regenerate, right? And I'm like, look, man, like the price you pay to do the job is astronomical. And I just like we just had one of my best friends, one of his chiefs died, right?
Yeah.
The motherfucker was 52 years old and spent 30 years in the teams.
My goodness.
Right? And cats are like, well, why is that? And I said, listen, man, the amount of stress that dude's body absorbed in 30 years in the teams, 20 years of hardened combat, like you can't put a price on that. So yeah, he lived a warrior's life, you know, and I'm not saying living long is the answer, but that's the price. People don't understand, man. I got a dude that has both shoulders, both elbows, and 1 knee replaced.
Jesus.
Right? And he was 42 when that shit went down. And they tried to replace both my shoulders when I was 42, 41, man. And I got lucky. I found stem cells, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
But that's the price that cats just don't understand. Like, not only are you rolling your life, but you got your health and your long-term functionality. Like every time you throwing them dice every day, man. Every day you throwing them dice for your long-term like livelihood, right?
Yeah. And I gotta
go ahead.
And that's the thing is like obviously not on a selection scale, but I've been rolling the dice daily since I was like 5-6 years old.
Absolutely, because you're in the same kind of sport, right?
Dude, I can literally rip off like 12 different scenarios where I've like been in the air and was like, well, like I'm gonna be in a wheelchair. Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it's interesting, man, because everybody want to go out there and bag the elephant, right? But they don't want to practice for the 10 years to be able to, you know, and go get it.
Yeah, man. I've been snowboarding since I was 2 years old. I know like what it means to like sacrifice over a decade of your life.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing is like I didn't break through because I just wasn't like I sacrificed. I like had events where I was like, okay, like I'm cool if like I really get hurt and like I'm paralyzation wasn't a fear for a little bit. Until, you know, like you hit a certain level, man, where like I'm dealing with dogs who are like literally professionals just waiting to like be bred. I have a kid who my coach wanted to like, he picked him up when he was like 12.
Yep.
And, you know, he struggled, man, like emotionally, like you're living on your own in a house with 12 kids. Like in Vermont.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hard, bro. It's hard, man.
You need to be able to like I mean, I got like big brothered for 2-3 years straight, and it's just like when you're in that environment and like you see the levels, if you're not ready to like, you're gonna have a point where like you have to be willing to sacrifice to get to the top. And I hit that point with the U.S. team for a summer, and then I was like, okay, like, am I gonna sacrifice or not? And I was like, you know what? Like, my life is too valuable, in my opinion, for like what I want to do.
Yep.
I got the experience, I got the value, and I'll just use that. And now it's like I'm constantly chasing like this fucking high of adrenaline, dude. It's like that's why I went to the SEAL thing. That's why I went to the SEALs.
But see, the SEALs is different, bro. Cause you really don't have no adrenaline in the SEALs. You do a little bit, but not a lot.
Right.
So one of the benefits of being a SEAL, your cortisol level in your body is always at 6, 5.75, 6. 6 is the max, right?
Yeah, man. I'm a loose cannon, dude. I cannot do
But that's what I'm saying, though. I tell people, man, like, bro, I be in some world-class shit. Be calm as fuck. So your cortisol level is so high, that like when you get out, you gain all this weight because your body can't process nothing with a cortisol level of 6, right?
Yeah, I need to be doing something all the time.
So like that's one of them situations where you got some excess baggage coming in and you just like, man, bro, like I gotta live with this one. Hey, let me ask you a snowboarding question, okay?
For sure.
So how does our girl Kim get as good as she got as young as she got? I know you know that story, but talk to me about how was she able to just dominate the sport of snowboarding at 14? Right. Really at 13, because she wasn't young enough for the first Olympics that she was good enough for.
Oh, Jake, I know we're both thinking the same thing, and here's the thing. There's, like you said, and this is like the end game, we can like end the call after this, literally, if you wanted to, is like you said, there's this thing going around where people think if you work hard enough, you can get there. And that is just the biggest fucking bullshit I've ever heard. You need to be talented. These kids were pros when they were like born. I mean, I'm not a pro, whatever. When I was like 6 years old, I've been coached by Olympians since I was like 13, basically.
Okay.
And when I was like 6 years old, I was in a half pipe with this pro who was in the Olympics, and he was like telling my dad, he's like, hey, like this kid is gonna be like the next big thing. Like he will
like fucking Shaun White big?
Yeah. And I was just like, fuck, all right, like let's do this. And then god damn it, it's not only that, it's like in that sport, you need to have the money to travel, man, because like the US team doesn't pay for like everything unless you're like that guy or that girl. So like these kids, I mean, when you're living in California and you can have it's all like an airbag. If you have an airbag, you can go pro, I believe.
Is the airbag something that you practicing on, landing on?
Yeah, and like you can just throw yourself and land on your neck and be fine.
Like, yeah. Okay, so talk to me about Kim, because I'm following Kim because I want her to go fly jets in the Navy, right?
Chloe Kim?
Yeah, because she damn a sophomore at Princeton. I'm like, yo, like, she ain't gonna be snowboarding her whole life. Let's go rip some jets, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, let me ask you this. I got to get a hold of her, man. Because I know if I put jets in front of her in the Navy, like, she gonna, like, even in 5-10 years, she win another couple golds, she's still gonna be young enough to go fly in the military, you know?
Jake, text me after this, and I'll get you in touch with her in literally, like, 2 days. And
cool. I just want to talk to her real quick about it. Like we got a program that we running down the pipe, man. And like I've told people, like I'm going after world-class people that just don't think about like, look, I don't have to snowboard my whole life to get this shit. Like I can shoot off an aircraft carrier in an F-35 and be going 1,800 miles an hour. Pretty much had the same kind of juice, you know?
That shit's sick as fuck.
Yeah, bro. So talk to me real quick. So there's a book out there called The Sports Gene, right? And one of the key stories in The Sports Gene is this black dude who was a basketball player, 6'6", basketball player, right?
Yeah.
And he's in the gym one day and he's looking at the high jump pit, and the high jump pit people are talking shit to him, right?
Yeah.
So in basketball shoes and a pair of gym shorts, he clears like 6'7".
Damn.
Okay. And so the other part of the story is this world-class Norwegian dude who literally everybody in his family's been a world champion. Okay.
Damn.
5'11".
Damn.
Yeah, 5'11", little white kid, right? Doesn't have really no super genes, but he literally has been jumping off his right leg for the last, 25 years. His right Achilles tendon is literally the size of his arm. So he's got his Achilles tendon. It's like 5 times the normal size. That's a little bit of exaggeration, right?
Yeah.
And this black dude, not because he's black, but because he had the right sports genes, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker came on the scene, Andy, and in 9 months won the world championship.
Dude, that's what I'm saying is like, there's levels, man. Like people, anyone who's been handed everything to them and got trophies for, this is the difference between where I grew up and like what I did is like kids around me got handed trophies for 5th place at a baseball tournament.
Yep.
My parents were literally, I had to look at my parents and say sorry, and they spent fucking $50,000 that whatever part of the year to get me to this event, and I fucking fell on the first run.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. But it's crazy because the sports gene part of it, bro. Like I should have been throwing discus, bro. Like I go back, I got asthma real bad. I picked wrestling. I struggled at wrestling. I'm really good, but I struggled being really elite because of my asthma, right?
Right. Yeah.
But if I had picked discus, there is no aerobic capacity to discus, and there's like 3 or 4 world champions that are like 5'8". So I wouldn't have been shorted on being 5'7". Like I could have crushed discus, but that's 50 years old of fucking hindsight, right? Like, okay, what's the best sport? But yeah, the sports gene shit was crazy because little dude took second to the black dude who had been jumping for 9 months. And you know what? Like what was crazy was he was clearing like 7'2", and he refused to wear shoes or like small shorts. So he was wearing basketball shorts and basketball shoes clearing 7'2". And literally the Olympic, like his uncle was the track coach at Arkansas. And so he went to Arkansas and the track coach was like, look, man, if we just give you a pair of shoes and a small pair of shorts, you see how your shorts are catching the bar at like 7'4", you're gonna clear 7'4".
Dude, that is fucked.
So he changed his shorts, bro. That's all he did. And he was clearing 7'6". I think it was 7'6", 7'7", something like that won him the world championship. But I tell everybody, go read the Sports Gene book, man. Powerful what you talking about. So you saying that Kim just got the natural ability and she was put in the right environment?
Everything lined up. You have to get like there's levels of luck. You got to be ready to like deal with that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've heard stories of like at Buds. I mean, this is what I've heard. I don't know the full length. Like this person did quit, so I don't know. But he basically was saying like, dude, you can't really prevent injuries. Like you just got to get lucky. Like you're gonna have like he was like fleas eating bacteria. Like he's like I've seen broken femurs, concussions, torn fucking rotator cuffs, whatever. Like it's a dog pound apparently, and like.
So here's what I'm gonna tell you, man. One of the scariest things I've ever done, besides like static line, like I thought static line was fucking awful, bro. But in SEAL training, IBF rock portage with like 5-6 foot waves, with the waves rolling over the rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you had no control.
Right.
Like I ate a rock. My hand was cut up. My knuckles still have some big scars across my right 3 knuckles. They were cut open for 6 months, 6 solid months. I had holes in my hands, right? Jeez. And they had told us, man, you better fucking keep that shit clean, And like I could have easily got fucking, bacteria infection. You just don't know. Like But that was the one event in training where you just don't have no control. And then Hell Week, it was like solid 12-foot waves rolling over the rocks. So we only did rock portage one time in all of first phase. And when we got over there, I was laughing at the instructors. I said, we not doing rock portage tonight, motherfuckers. We not. Because I knew, like, dog, it was, like, you talk about death and destruction. The waves were rolling over the rocks, like rolling.
Yeah,
I'm crazy. Like, bro, people are dying out here. They are dying. Yeah. Now, there's going to be bodies and broken bones, right? But
yeah, man.
So anyway, Andy, hey, man, good talking to you, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you bringing the insight, bro.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure, man. I just, like, if I can just help even, like, one person just, like, think about it and, like, really just make sure that this is, like, what you really – I mean, it just comes down to, like, if nobody ever knew, like, this is what you're going to do, like, do you really want to do it? Because I feel like a lot of people with social media now, everyone's just trying to, like, be like, look at me, I'm a SEAL, like, I'm better than you. And it's like, it's a job. Like, the kids I know in it, like, they're the fucking sweetest, most down-to-earth people ever. At least who I know,
Yeah, I mean, the motherfuckers I know are savages, bro.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, they're like savages, but they know how to be good people.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. They're good people for the most part.
They're dialed, like, this
just don't put them.
Person.
Yeah, don't put them in the same room with your wife, and don't put them in the same room with your bank account.
Not sweetest, fuck that.
You talking about sweet people? I'm like, no, that ain't Aunt Orlean over there. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what I mean for sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, big dog. I'm gonna hit you up about my girl Kim, and then we'll fucking keep it moving. Yo, just shot another great video with my dude Andy, man. That shit was fire. We hope you enjoyed the dive into the sports genes and just what it takes, man, and cutting away all that internet success, man. It ain't about having 1 million followers. It's about being successful in your own body and your own mind. It's about chasing the dreams that you want to chase, not what everybody else wants you to be. As always, man, if you like the video, share it with all your friends. Smash the subscribe button, and I'm supposed to tell you to hit the little bell so that you get the notification ding when we drop some more fire. And as always, we building champions for life.